What's up, everyone? It's Travis here, and welcome back to the SF Bay Area Sports Talk channel. Happy opening day, everybody. What a time to be alive as the dawn of a new season filled with opportunity and wonder as everyone is starting out at 0-0 and the Giants are beginning their 2021 season in Seattle. Now, in today's video, I am going to go over my final 2021 San Francisco Giants team preview, and we are going to go over the entire 26-man roster, and I'm going to give my ratings for the lineup, for the starting rotation, and bullpen, and then we will wrap up by giving my final record prediction for this season. And be sure to check the timestamps down below in the description. Now let's get right into it, and we're going to break down the pitchers. Giants 13 pitchers on the 26-man opening day roster. Left-handed pitcher Jose Alvarez, a reliever that Gabe Kapler knows from their time together with the Philadelphia Phillies, and this was a great pickup by the Giants. A lefty that I think can pitch very well for us out of the bullpen. Now you got the young lefty Caleb Berger making the roster, and he had a great season last year, getting some very incredible experience, and a guy that can jump, the ladder in the bullpen. And we'll see what he can do out here. But I really like this guy, this young kid out of the bullpen. Now you got right-handed pitcher Johnny Cueto out of the starting rotation. And this is Cueto's last year of his 6-year deal that he signed with the Giants. And so you have to imagine he is going to be super pumped up this year to go out and, finish his contract year and be able to get another nice contract in the offseason. And man, I think we're going to see the Johnny Cueto of old. The one that we saw in his early days with the Giants, 2016, when he was throwing those complete games and, pitching with an ERA in the 2s and really being, our most shut down starter. And so the key for him is being healthy this year. And, he feels great coming into this season. And yeah, you definitely imagine he is determined to bounce back from the struggles that he has had. Of course, he underwent Tommy John surgery a couple seasons ago, and, so he is recovering from that. And you got the right-handed pitcher Anthony DeSclafani, formerly of the Cincinnati Reds, a nice signing added to our starting rotation, and I really like this move a lot. I mean, DeSclafani proved that he can pitch well in a hitter's ballpark in Cincinnati, so, making that change to Oracle Ballpark, which is a pitcher's ballpark, I think he's going to fit in very well with this Giants team, and he is, a confident veteran. And so, yeah, a huge boost to this rotation, and I'm excited to see what DeSclafani can do for us. Now, I wanted to give another note on the starting rotation. Alex Wood, unfortunately, is going to begin the year on the 10-day or on the injured list. So hopefully we are going to see him out there very quickly here early in the year. But yeah, that is something that our fingers are crossed there for Alex Wood to get back out there as quickly as he can. Now, you also had left-handed pitcher Harlan Garcia making the roster, another young lefty that also has incredible quality stuff and also can, make that jump in the bullpen ladder to those higher leverage situations. The thing with this Giants bullpen, they got a lot of young, talented arms. And, we saw last year that having a lot of young, talented arms is great. But you also got to, find this team is still searching for a lockdown, a closer, and hopefully we can figure out who is going to be that guy for us this year. You could see Reyes Maranta, potentially fill into that closer role coming back from Tommy John surgery. He's got incredible stuff. His fastball can go 97 to 99 miles an hour, and he's got filthy off-speed stuff. And so I'm excited to see who is going to really take control of that closer role, because I think right now it is, closer by committee, and whoever really proves themselves that they can handle that position is going to be, taking the realms there. Now you also have a right-handed pitcher, Kevin Gausman, today's opening day starter, and what a great move to bring Gausman back on a one-year deal. He signed a one-year deal with the Giants before the 2020 season, pitched very well for us, and Farhan Zaidi and Scott Harris and this Giants front office, they just had to bring back Kevin Gausman, and I love the move. And so what a way to start out our season. Gausman is the right man to go to. And then you have left-handed pitcher Jake McGee, reliever, formerly of the Dodgers, and another nice pickup for the Giants this offseason. A guy that is going to, be able to get outs in high leverage situations, and so he's going to be so huge to someone you can rely on out of that bullpen for the Giants. And he did very well in the postseason for the Dodgers, including the World Series. And you love to see that when someone can, show that they can, handle the bright lights of the postseason. And a veteran, that's what you need, that experience out there, especially considering this is a young bullpen. So, to be able to lean on that experience in the bullpen. Then you also had left-handed pitcher Wandy Peralta, another young quality left-hander in this bullpen for the Giants with great stuff. So I'm excited to see what he can do this season. And then you got the right-handed pitcher, Submariner Tyler Rogers, with incredible stuff. And the big thing with him is his deception, as when he releases the baseball, he is only so many inches off of the ground. So, Tyler Rogers is incredible out there. He did have a couple of really rough innings last year, which, really inflated his ERA. So when you look at his stats from last season, it doesn't tell you the whole story. But this guy, I think, is going to build off of the success that he had last season and really be a huge, arm that we go to in those high leverage situations and, those 7th and 8th innings and, to get those big outs. So I really love Tyler Rogers. Then you have the right-handed pitcher, Aaron Sanchez, a veteran starter, another nice pickup by the Giants, and someone that I think, is determined to prove, you still got a ton of gas left in the tank. And I think, this is another move, kind of like with the Kevin Gausman one-year deal. And also, when we did the same with a Drew Pomerantz a couple years ago before the 2019 season, signing these guys on these, short-term deals is great because, they are determined to bounce back. And, if you have a case like with Gausman where he pitches so well for you on that one-year deal, you have that opportunity to bring him back in the offseason. This next player is right-handed pitcher Logan Webb, who had just such an incredible spring training in 5 starts in 17 innings pitched. He had about 22 strikeouts and a 0.54 ERA, so just incredible for this young right-hander who is just 24 years old. And this could be the year that he steps in and really fills a big role in this rotation for the Giants and becomes an arm that you can rely on. So I cannot wait to see what this young kid is going to accomplish this year. Then we also got right-handed pitcher Matt Wisler, another nice addition from the Giants made in the offseason. Right-handed pitcher for out of the bullpen with an absolutely nasty slider, and he throws it an exceptional amount of the time, 85% of the time. And so, this slider is just so filthy to get those strikeouts. And I love it. Coming off a great season with the Twins, I believe had an ERA in the 1s. And so I love it. The Giants really, I thought, did a great job this offseason, making improvements to the starting rotation and adding these guys to the bullpen. And so I do see this rotation and bullpen being much improved this season. Now let's break down the catcher position. Giants have 2 catchers on their opening day roster, and we got the return of the legend Buster Posey and future Hall of Fame catcher. I'm so pumped to see Posey back out there this year. I think he's going to have a solid season for us and get back to being the Buster that we know. And the key for him is his health, his hips. Early in spring, Giants were very cautious with him as he was experiencing some discomfort in his hips. But so they really erred on the cautious side of things. So that is something to watch very closely, because if Posey does not have his hips, we've seen what happens. He's not able to hit for power. So, just praying that, everything is good to go. And as we know, he had that hip surgery a couple years ago. I'm excited, and I think Posey is going to have a great year this year. And Giants did bring in backup catcher Kurt Casale, formerly of the Reds, and a great story here. A guy that did grow up a Giants fan, I believe, and was born in Walnut Creek, California. So really awesome story there, but did grow up outside of California, I believe in Connecticut. And so Kurt Casale, great addition to this Giants team, and will be a very nice backup to Buster Posey. And yeah, let's talk about Joey Bart. And so the Giants did elect to have Joey Bart begin the season in AAA Sacramento. And in my opinion, I think that is the right decision to do, because with Bart, last year, I think it was great for him to get that experience. But I think Bart still needs a little bit more seasoning down in the minor leagues. So I think, to have him start out in AAA is great. That way, that because with Posey coming back now, and Posey obviously having that starting position at catcher, you don't want Bart to just sit on the bench and maybe get one at bat a game, say as a pinch hit appearance. You want Bart to get as much playing time as possible. So I like this move a lot to begin him in AAA. And I think you'll see him get called up very quickly, could very well get called up, say, at the end of May, kind of like when Posey got called up at the end of May in 2010. And man, so what a story that would be, to have Bart come up, make a huge impact. And I think he will this season. And so it remains to be seen when he'll get called up. But if I had to make a prediction, I'm going to say the end of May. I think Bart is just going to tear it up down there to begin the season. Now let's break down the infielders. Giants with 6 infielders on their opening day roster. First baseman Brandon Belt. And Belt, let's talk about it. Belt is a guy that has been a great Giant over the years, and has really shown at times how great of a talent he can be with the power, hitting home runs, driving in RBIs, and hitting for average. But the thing is, he's had just some really unfortunate injuries, and hasn't been able to stay healthy and really put together that complete season that we know he has got the capability to do. And, so wanted to address something over in when I did my preview with Eric, the legend, Hum Baby Baseball, on the Giants preview. And I did say Belt could hit up to 40 home runs. I think people took what I said out of, they understood what I meant to say from that. I'm not saying that Belt will hit 40 home runs this year. What I meant is that he has that capability. And I mean, that's if everything comes together, he's healthy for a full season. Because look, he has gotten off to some insane paces with hitting home runs. But I would have to say that Bell is, to me, I think he will hit about, I would say 20 to 25 home runs. So, that is my prediction for this year. But, he's got the capability to hit 30 plus home runs. Would I have to be honest and say 40 was probably stretching it? Yeah, it definitely, I think, was stretching it. But yeah, wanted to address that because, people are saying that I said he will hit 40, but no, what I'm saying with that is if he's healthy, he has got that kind of power in his bat. And so Brandon Bell, yeah, I'm excited to see him out there. And the health is the key for him, because if he is healthy, I think he's going to, put together an incredible season. And then you got Brandon Crawford, the shortstop, the kid that grew up a Giants fan. Such an amazing story. And man, I just love watching Brandon Crawford out there. Is, arguably the best defender in the game at shortstop. And, Brandon Crawford is determined this year. He is determined to have a bounce-back season. I know he has not been happy with how he has been playing his at-bats at the plate. And, so Brandon Crawford is determined to bounce back this year. And I cannot wait because, I really believe that if Brandon Crawford says, that, he is putting this on himself to, really come back strong this year, then, I definitely know that he has been putting in that work in the off season. And yeah, a lot of people have doubted him. They've said his best days are behind him, because he has slumped with the bat. And So I think Crawford is going to have a much better year at the plate this season. So definitely look for that closely. Then, of course, you got Wilmer Flores, such an incredible pickup that we signed before the 2020 season. Flores was one of our most clutch hitters last year and really just did such an amazing job hitting with 2 strikes, driving in runs with 2 outs. And, he can play all over the infield. He can play first base, can play second base. So he, is a great back to have in there to start. And so, man, I just love Wilmer Flores, and, man, I just love it. Then you have Evan Longoria, of course, still playing at a very high level. Had a nice season last year. So I think you're going to see Longoria have a great year this year. Give us quality at-bats at third base. And I'm really pumped up for Evan Longoria, a future Hall of Famer. I mean, he has had that incredible of a career, and I definitely think he is on his way to making it to the Hall of Fame as long as he is continuing to put up solid numbers year after year. Then, of course, you got Donnie Barrels, Donovan Solano, the hitting machine. And, man, this guy is just on an insane tear. He continues to put up video game-like numbers, which is just insane. You love to see it from Donovan Solano, a player that has blossomed late in his career, now at about 31, 32 years old. And so excited to see it happen with the Giants. Since we've had him in 2019, he hit so well in 60, 70 games that year. Hit very well again last year for us in the 2020 season, and also had an incredible spring training. So look for Donnie Barrels to continue to hit at such an insane rate this season. So I love it. And also you got Tommy La Stella, veteran infielder, signed in the offseason. Another nice addition to this Giants team. A guy that's going to provide quality at-bats. He can start for you in the infield, third base. And I believe also can play some first base and second base. So La Stella, and we know that Farhan Zaidi, GM Scott Harris, and this Giants front office, they love versatility, guys that can play all over the place. And we saw La Stella, not only, he also is clutch coming off the bench. He did hit a walk-off home run against the Giants when La Stella was with the Angels last season, and did end up getting traded over to the A's, and so I'm just happy that we got him now. And yeah, I think he's going to be huge for us. Give us those, again, the quality at-bats that you love to have. Alrighty, let's break down the outfielders. Giants with 5 outfielders on their opening day roster. The first one, we got Alex Dickerson, an incredible outfielder. We signed him in 2019, formerly of the Padres, and was so incredible for us that year, and followed it up with an amazing 2020 season. This is a guy that can hit for power, drive in a ton of runs, hit with 2 outs and runners in scoring position, and plays solid outfield defense. So I just love Alex Dickerson and what he can provide. You got the young Mauricio Dubon playing center field, and you love to see him. He's an incredible athlete and made the move from playing second base to the outfield, and he's got an incredible arm. And he also did put on 12 pounds of muscle in the offseason. And so I think you're going to see, of course, a stronger Dubon, which will lead to more home runs for him. And his bat is so huge. He's very clutch. He will drive in runs. And so I'm really excited to continue to follow Mauricio Dubon's development. And he is definitely my favorite. He is my favorite Giants player right now on this roster. Of course, with Hunter Pence having retired now. And Dubon growing up a Giants fan. I just love his story. And, being an outfielder myself, growing up playing baseball, I just really, outfielders, I just love the outfield a lot. And so Dubon, very excited to see what he can accomplish this year. Then, of course, you got Darren Ruff, a journeyman outfielder who really has a nice story in what he has been able to do, and especially with the Giants here with this opportunity, and being on the roster last year and having a great year for us, and he can start for you in the outfield. And man, Darren Ruff, so also quality bat coming off the bench, and will hit for a nice slugging, hit doubles and home runs. So I really love having Darren Ruff out there in the outfield. Then you also got Mike Yastrzemski, of course, a future potential MVP candidate. And Yastrzemski, what an incredible a couple years he has had with the Giants, and someone that spent, I believe, 6 to 7 years in the minors with the Baltimore Orioles. And I have no idea what they did not see in Yastrzemski to let him go, but thank goodness that he ended up in our laps. And Yastrzemski, ever since being called up at the end of May, he has just been on an insane tear, tearing the cover off the baseball, and followed up, his great rookie year with an incredible sophomore season last year. And this is my sneaky MVP pick. I really think that Yastrzemski could take his game to that level and win an MVP, and this definitely could be the year to do it, with him being in the prime of his career right now at the age of about 31, 32. So really pumped up to see what Yaz is going to do this year. Then you also got, rounding out the outfielders, Austin Slater, another young outfielder who I think is going to have a big jump this season and put up an incredible season for us. Slater is a guy that, we have seen him have, short spurts of really playing well, but the key for him is, being able to sustain it over a long period of time. A guy that has an incredible arm, arguably the best arm on this Giants team in the outfield. And man, I'm just excited for Slater. I definitely think I'm expecting a big year for him, and really to step in that starting role, because in the past Giants would like to use him against lefties, but now what you have seen is Slater not only hits lefties well, but also is hitting righties. So Slater is proving that he is deserves that opportunity to start every day, and I think you will see him, get a bulk of starts here in the outfield. Alrighty, with that being said, now we are going to get to my official ratings, and so we are going to break down here the starting lineup and the lineup as a whole. And I am going to give the Giants lineup a B rating. And this rating, I'm giving them a high rating because you look at the success that they had last season. No one expected them to hit as well as they did. And I mean, they hit well across all several major offensive hitting categories, finishing in the top 5, top 10, in such as batting average, hitting with 2 outs, runners in scoring position, 2 strikes. And when you look at this lineup, you really almost do not see a weak spot. You go across the diamond, Dubon in center, Yaz in right. You got Slater/Dickerson in left field. You got Evan Longoria, a future Hall of Famer who is still hitting and playing well at third base. You got Crawford, determined for a bounce back year this year. You got, Flores, Donnie Barrels at second. You got Brandon Bell or Tommy LaStella playing at first. And then you got Posey behind the plate. So to me, this lineup is stacked. They can, hit around. You love a lineup that can, string together a lot of hits and just keep the line moving, and that's what this Giants lineup can do. And they proved last year they are one of the best hitting teams with 2 outs, runners in scoring position. And it's going to be great to have, that nice boost with Posey coming back to this lineup. So I think this lineup is going to be even better than what they did last season. And so to me, this lineup, I would give them a high rating of a B. Now let's get my rating for the starting rotation. Now, I'm going to give the Giants starting rotation a C rating. Now, my explanation for that is that, with this rotation, a lot of things do have to go right for this rotation to really excel and perform at a very high level. If we go through the names, of course, Johnny Cueto, to be fair, we don't know what he is going to give us this year. Some of the years of this contract have kind of been wish-wash with Cueto. We know that, the Tommy John surgery, of course, when going through that and recovering. But you're hoping to get a nice season from Cueto. And, of course, Kevin Gausman pitched very well for us. And again, another veteran pitcher there. You got the young Logan Webb, who had an incredible spring training. But with him being still very young at 24, you don't know, is he going to be able to, pitch well over the course of a full 162 game season? As we saw Logan Webb get called up in August of 2019. And then, of course, you had the shortened season last year. And then, of course, Giants brought in Anthony DeSclafani, another great addition. Of course, another veteran pitcher here that I think is going to pitch very well for us. And then you got Alex Wood, another nice veteran pitcher in this rotation. You got Aaron Sanchez, so another nice veteran pitcher in this rotation. So, yeah, to me, this rotation, you know, definitely the reason I wouldn't give them, say, a B rating is because, you know, you don't have bona fide aces. You don't, you know, have guys in this rotation that you know without a doubt that you're going to get this kind of production from them. So you have, yeah, this rotation, if all of these guys, again, if things go well and things go right, this rotation does have the makings to be very special. And I do believe that this rotation is much more improved than what we had last season. I think there's more depth in this rotation. You know, you have guys that can come in there, veteran guys, and you know, and also we didn't mention Tyler Beatty, who is battling an injury right now. And so, you know, I definitely look for Beatty to make a huge impact on this Giants rotation this season. Now let's get to my bullpen ratings, and I am giving the Giants bullpen a C rating. And kind of similar with my explanation as to the starting rotation, as, you know, you have a lot of young guys still in this bullpen and that are still developing, and, you know, I think are likely to have incredible seasons for us. Of course, you got the young left-hander Harlan Garcia. You got the young righty Reyes Maranta, who could potentially be a closer for us. You also got the young lefty Caleb Berger. You got the young lefty Wendy Peralta. And I love the additions we made to improve this bullpen, bringing in Jake McGee, lefty, bringing in right-hander Matt Whistler. And so this bullpen, you know, has got some nice pieces in here. But I feel like, you know, that why I didn't give them a B rating is, you know, you're still... they're still kind of unproven. I mean, this bullpen last year did struggle, and our Achilles heel was blowing a lot of games. But I think with another season for all these young pitchers under their belt of development and the veterans that we have brought in, I think this bullpen is going to be much more improved this year than last year's bullpen. And so, yeah, to me, yeah, that's why, you know, I wouldn't necessarily give this bullpen a B rating. But again, they got, you know, this bullpen does have the ability to be special this year and could be very solid. Now, the fun part, we are going to get to my final record predictions for this 2021 season. And a quick summary of the things we went over in this video, going over the lineup, which I think is going to continue to build off the success from last season, continue to hit very well. And with an improved starting rotation and an improved bullpen, I think this Giants team is going to go 92-70 and make the playoffs as a wild card team. And I do believe they are going to be competitive in the NL West division with, of course, the just insane, you know, superpower Dodgers and the, you know, Padres, who are also right now really stacked up. So, you know, I like our chances. I like our chances. You know, I don't think that the Dodgers and Padres are just going to beat us around in the division. The Giants proved last year, you know, that they can hang with these top teams in the league. And so I'm expecting the Giants to be a very competitive team and to win 92 games. And so, you know, could the Giants win the division? Yeah. Do I think they are? I mean, if I am making a prediction, I think, I mean, to be fair with the Dodgers and how stacked they are, the rotation, their lineup and bullpen, yeah, I think the Dodgers are likely to win the division again, and I would be predicting them to win it. But for our beloved Giants, I do think we are going to make the playoffs as a wild card team, and I think that's going to be a very successful season to win 92 games. And again, you know, I think this bullpen is going to do better. They will do a better job of closing out games. So the games that we weren't winning last year, I think we are going to be winning this year. And with our offense being as great as they are, you know, they are going to keep us in a lot of games by scoring a lot of runs in our starting rotation, which I think is improved this year. So I think this is going to be a very fun season for all of us Giants fans. And, you know, a lot of people around baseball are not, you know, expecting us to do a lot and not giving us enough credit. So, you know, yeah, I'm excited for this Giants team to go out and prove everyone wrong, everyone that is doubting us. And with that being said, that is going to wrap up today's video. Thank you so much, everyone, for checking out the video. And if you enjoyed this video, it made it all the way through to the end of the video, let's make some noise for the YouTube algorithm and let's smash up that like button. Thank you so much, everyone. This really means the world to me. This really helps out the channel big time and helps out the YouTube algorithm so that YouTube knows that this video is relevant, and so then YouTube can recommend this video to as many San Francisco Giants fans and baseball fans out there. So thank you, everyone, so much. And let me know your thoughts and reactions down below in the comment section. Would love to hear what you think the Giants' final record is going to be this season. And yeah, to say where I think the Giants are going to finish in the standings, I could see this Giants team finishing third place. That is what I'm going to say. I think they will finish third. You know, with the Padres and Dodgers as stacked as they are, you know, and even I think this NL West division is really stacked. So, you know, the Giants finishing at 92-7 is still good enough to get you into the playoffs as a wild card team. And so would love to hear if you agree or disagree with my take here. Do you think this Giants team can win 90 games? Or do you think, you know, that they are going to miss the playoffs again this year and that maybe they're still another year away from making that jump to being a playoff team? Would love to hear your thoughts. So thank you, everyone, so much for that. And as always, until next time, we'll see you all back here on the SF Bay Area Sports Talk channel. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Happy opening day, everyone. And we will see you later today for Giants post-game live for opening day matchup against the Mariners. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and we will see you later. Strive for greatness. Let's go, Giants. Woo! Yeah.